Hyvät Radio Classicin kuulijat, kauniina kesäaamuna Suomen Kansallisoopperassa tapasin viehättävän laulajattaren. Hän on kanadalainen ja hän esiintyy Suomen Kansallisoopperan orkesterin solistina, kapellimestarina on Nick Davies ja ohjelma on hyvin mielenkiintoinen. Todella siinä on vaikka mitä tyylisuuntia, niin kuin kohta tulemme kuulemaan. Minä olen Arno Kruunvall ja tässä vieressäni istuu viehättävä Measha Brueggergosman. Welcome to this interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's fantastic to have you here in not that cold Finland.
I know. Everybody keeps telling me how unusual it is. I mean, careful what you wish for. I can't imagine what it's doing to the planet, but it is nice weather that we get to enjoy, yeah.
When did you arrive?
I got here, let's say 40 hours ago.
40 hours ago, okay. And from?
I came from Canada, from the East Coast where I live.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about the jet lag?
The jet lag is real. The jet lag is so real. But, it's a good problem to have because it means you're traveling.
Yes. So we are sitting here in the Finnish National Opera. It's Tuesday the 29th and you have the concert on the 30th, Wednesday evening here. What do you expect from the concert?
Well, it's the first time that I've put all the Meashas, so to speak, in one place. I don't normally do that, but Lilli Postikivi gave me the opportunity to do this concert, and we were just minding our own business singing Janáček in Oslo, and she Googled me, and I was found out for doing a whole bunch of other things. And I am very excited to present this program because it's arguably the most honest program that I've ever given, because it really does represent my entire vocal output.
All right, I give a short translation here. Eli hän tuli Kanadasta noin 40 tuntia sitten, hän on ollut täällä ja hänellä on tämä jet lag tietysti lennon takia, mutta hän sanoi, että se on hyvä, koska se osoittaa, että hän matkustaa. Hän tapasi Lilli Paasikiven Janáček-tuotannoissa ja sieltä syntyi tämä ajatus konsertista myös ja hän on pannut ikään kuin kaikki munat samaan koriin niin sanotusti, eli siinä on jokaista musiikkityylilajia. Measha, thinking of your repertoire, you sing opera, gospel, musical concerts, of course, lead and as a soloist, and then jazz. How come?
I think I came to terms with, or made my peace with, the fact that the only component necessary to any project's success was me. Mm-hmm. And I stopped defining myself by outside parameters. I started voice lessons when I was 7 years old, which is very early. So I've lived with a knowledge of the voice for 33 years. I'm 40 now, and I have been humbled by the places that my voice has taken me, and I won't deny her anything. So if she decides she wants to sing jazz or gospel, like, for me, all of these styles came to me as a result of people that I revered and respected and wanted to work with. And because I was trained to be a muse, if it involves phonated, sustained sound in any way, I'm your person. I am capital S singer. It doesn't matter what is called for. I just want to be what you're looking for.
Lyhyt käännös tässä, eli hän aloitti lauluopinnot jo 7-vuotiaana, joka on todella aikaisin. Hän on nyt 40, jota kieltämättä on vaikea uskoa, ollakseni rehellinen tässä. Ja hän sanoi vaan, että hän antaa laulun viedä, minne se vie, ja hän seuraa sitä tässä noin lyhykäisyydessään se ajatus, mitä hän tuossa puhui. So what is your repertoire in Helsinki?
Well, in Helsinki, for this concert, we run the gamut from starting with Extase de la Vierge, Massenet. We do the Habanera, Carmen. And then we go to Porgy and Bess. We have the wonderful Fred Johansson, who sings Porgy and then also sings other things on the program. We also have the beautiful Yuka, who's playing a few piano pieces, and And of course the choir and orchestra of the Finnish National Opera, who are then joining in on all the opera things, but then in the second half of the program, they get to do some oohs and ahs and singing with some musical theater iconery, and then we do spirituals, which for me, it is an expression of my faith, but it doesn't matter where you fall on the faith spectrum, spirituals are just moving and a lot of fun to sing.
I can understand. Eli siis tässä konsertissa kuullaan laidasta laitaan operaa, musikaalia, sitten siinä kuullaan tietysti spirituaalia ja gospelia, ja spirituaalit ovat hyvin lähellä hänen sydäntään. Fred Johansen on siinä toisena solistina, ja sitten hän sanoi pianistin nimeltä Jukka, it might be Jukka Nykänen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I'm pretty sure you just said Jukka's last name.
Nykänen.
Nykänen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because he's fantastic, absolutely.
He's amazing.
Yes, yes.
He's got one of those minds that, you know, is like both composer and pianist and collaborator and soloist. And, you know, in some respects, I think Jukka and Fred Johansson and Nick Davies all share a similar goal of wanting to just communicate. And, you know, the parameters that we set for ourselves are very helpful and essential in your early years of training. Like, I wouldn't have trained as anything else but a classical singer, because it has made me versatile. It has given me my diversity, because it's made me flexible. And I think that, you know, Fred Johansson and Jukka Nykänen. And
Well done.
Thank you. And Nick Davies, they all possess that desire to express without feeling like we need the constraints of classification. Now, it can be helpful for people to know what you are, but I'm not defined by what somebody might expect.
Eli tässä lyhyesti hän vielä puhuu tästä konsertista, ja siinä hän todella sanoo, että tämä klassillinen koulutus, mikä hänellä on ollut, niin se on antanut tietysti sen joustavuuden ja kaikkiin muihin myös. So thinking of your background, your roots are in...
Well, listen, I am 5th generation Canadian. My sons are 6th. And we are very entrenched in Canada. We came up as black loyalists with the British at the end of the 1700s. The black part of my dad is Cameroon, but that's like early 1700s.
Yes.
So we barely consider that. And my mom doesn't really even know where her, because it's so long ago that we are very much Eastern Canadians. And consequently, I grew up in a French community and then did my master's in Germany after my undergrad at the University of Toronto. And I live there now and I raise my sons there as well.
Eli hän sanoi, että hän on 5. polven kanadalainen ja hänen isänsä tulee Kamerunista alun perin ja hänen äitinsä ei ihan tiedäkään kaikkia, mutta jo vuosisatoja sitten sieltä he ovat tulleet ja asuvat Kanadassa. Hän teki hänen tohtori tai valmistui Saksasta yliopistossa ja hän on todella tämmöinen multi-talent and really how should I say, globetrotter.
Yeah, you know, I've been blessed with good management, first of all. You have to have people who are willing to follow the personality more than the voice. Like, in my schedule, my childcare is included in the schedule because I don't want my management to think that life doesn't happen when I'm not working, and that, you know, my life, my sons, my house, you know, the fact that I live in the country and close to my parents, all of that is a real priority for me. And I'm not one of those singers, despite wanting it all, like literally everything, I'm not one of those musicians who wants to be away all the time. Like, I built in like months off at a time so that I can really be a part of my sons' lives.
Eli hän sanoo sitä, että vaikka hän matkustaa paljon, niin hän ei kuitenkaan halua olla poissa jatkuvasti. Hänellä on 2 poikaa, 2 lasta ja tämän takia hän myös arvostaa tätä ja hänen haluaa asua lähellä vanhempiaan yhtä lailla. Ja hänelle se on tärkeää, että hän voi olla ikään kuin läsnä myös heidän elämässään. Tässä noin vapaampi käännös. You have been singing in the most important stages all over the world, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed. We've had goals, my team and I. I've had goals, some of which I have reached, some of which I have yet to reach. But the goals shift and change according to the people you work with, the repertoire you're attracted to, the directors who see things in you, composers who hear things in you. All of those things work to shape ultimately where you want to go. Usually for me, I'm looking for I often say I'm looking for the most outlandish thing that I could possibly participate in, that goes so far beyond how this job would have been defined before I came along, but is that much more possible and expansive for the people that come after me.
And then one question, of course, is that you seem to work also in the charity very much. You make charity.
Yeah, I believe very strongly that the platform I'm given isn't meant for me. I am a leader by nature, but I think true leadership is the ability to give away whatever is given to you. And I'm not interested in hoarding my knowledge or success. It's not a secret what it takes to become an opera singer. It's just backbreaking work. And it's not a secret what it takes to sustain yourself in this profession. It's just backbreaking work.
Yes. And then, is this your first visit to Finland?
No, I came a few years ago, like more than a minute. I was on the Canadian delegation with our Governor General at the time, Adrian Clarkson.
Adrian Clarkson, yes.
And we came here and I was on, yes.
And I know her very well.
Yes. So I was on that delegation, which is what brought me to the North, because the whole point was to visit Nordic countries. And so that was my first time. Yes. And I've loved Finland ever since, yeah.
Yes. Greetings to Adrian. She used to work for the CBC in Canada.
That's right. Yeah, yes. So did my father. He worked for 33 years for the CBC.
Okay,
we love the national broadcaster.
Yes, absolutely. Me too. But then the last question is that you are coming to sing in an opera here in the Finnish National Opera, Jacques Offenbach, Tales of Hoffmann.
Yes, I am. I'm very excited to be back in the fall, and I'll really take in Helsinki at that point. So anybody who wants to send me recommendations, I will take them up on that because I plan on devouring the city.
Well, that's very kind of you. Eli hän pitää Helsingistä ja hän on sitä mieltä, että jos tulee jotain hyviä ideoita ja tämän tyyppisiä, niin hänelle vaan tietoa siitä, että hän aikoo pitää tämän kaupungin kyllä mielessään. Thank you very much for this interview. I know that the rehearsal will start in a minute, so I wish you a very, very good concert. But then, how would you invite people to your concert for tomorrow?
Well, listen, people should come if they want to hear good music and have a great time, because that's what we have to offer, and we offer it with joyful hearts.
Measha Brueggergosman, thank you very much indeed. It's a great pleasure and all the best.
All the best to you too. Thank you.